I'm TV6 meteorologist Eric DeBroca, and here's your latest weather on demand forecast. Well, Upper Michigan finds itself in the crosshairs of a major winter snowstorm that is bound over the next several hours or so, say the next 12 to 18 hours when we will expect the arrival of it. And we can expect now the clouds starting to thicken up finally, and things are rather calm before the storm. Of course, the ever famous saying. We do see some very light drizzle actually and fog occurring in the higher elevations of Marquette and Barrett counties. Some light snow, mainly in Wisconsin, but these are just very fine flakes, and really most of that not even reaching the ground as of yet. Winter storm warnings now, that is the update for us tonight all across Upper Michigan, with the exception of really the far east and the Keweenaw Peninsula, just winter weather advisories, which means they're going to see the least amount of snowfall, and it will be a sharp gradient, which means that the snow amounts will taper dramatically heading off to the west. You see no advisories in effect for areas on the other side of the lake towards Minnesota there, so they're not going to see anything out of this storm. It's a very narrow path, pretty much very wide out in the plains and through, say, Colorado, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, heading into Wisconsin, but then it sort of narrows out as it heads into Upper Michigan. So the effects will be downstate as well, but pretty much for us, we're going to be facing the brunt of the snowstorm. And so you can see already evidence of this thing beginning to develop and wrap up. Here's the low pressure system, just say eastern Nebraska and heading into Kansas, but that's going to be knocking on the door of Nebraska and Iowa and quickly bringing with it a lot of snow for us. So here's how it shakes out for us. Winds and the snow is going to be very high for the day tomorrow on Monday. Travel, can't emphasize this part enough, extreme. I recommend not traveling Monday evening that is, into the day. On Tuesday, if you absolutely must, make sure you allow a lot of extra time, but I highly advise you definitely allow extra time or not traveling on the roadways, because it will be dangerous and treacherous to be on the roadways, to say the least. Highs today were pretty mild, above average once again by 15 degrees or so in Marquette. Look at this, 38 in Iron Mountain, and we reached 40 degrees down in Menominee and upper 30s across the east. Since then, we've cooled back to right around the freezing point across a lot of spots in Upper Michigan, 30 degrees in Houghton, 29 out of Copper Harbor, and look on the other side of the lake. Very cold air, single digits, so again, it's right on that boundary where the snowstorm will take aim. And so the winds beginning to pick up out of the northeast, generally very light though, 5 to 10 miles an hour, what we're looking at right now. But here's this sharp temperature gradient. Notice how warm it is to the south, even downstate, they're upper 30s as well, but 46 in Cleveland, these are currents, and the green says 50s or better, and that's not all that far away. Another shot of how the snowstorm is shaping up. There's a center of circulation here. It will continue to taper off and move very quickly over the next several hours as it strengthens rapidly, basically on this northeasterly direction. And so areas off to the north and west are in the bullseye for very heavy snowfall, finally putting Upper Michigan in that swath of a very heavy snow. We've not seen one of these storms in a few years around here. And so it will shape up to be a significant snowstorm for the area. Pretty much all of Upper Michigan is going to be seeing significant snowfall out of this. Here's how it looks. Notice the heaviest of the snow falling tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow night, and finally tapering off once we get into Tuesday. Then we get some lake enhancement going throughout the morning, finally tapering off later on in the afternoon on Tuesday, but not before dumping even more snow. So here's the latest thinking on how much snow we can expect. A good 8 to 12 inches, significantly less though, say outside of this band and heading up to the Keweenaw Peninsula, 3 to 6, and even less than that up towards the farther west you go, even towards Copper Harbor, Eagle Harbor, 2 to 3 inches, so really not that bad for you guys there, but it's going to be really sharp, as I said before, 10 to 15 inches in the swath of the higher elevations of Marquette and Barrett counties. Close to Marquette, right around 10 inches of snow. Munising can see 8 to 10 inches as well. Outside of that, we're going to be seeing 6 to 10, so this is a good snow event. Here's your local forecast now. Temperature is 25 to 31. Light snow beginning towards dawn on Monday. Temperature is pretty steady, but then quickly falling throughout the day on Monday. Upper 20s to right around 30, but then we tank as the low pressure system moves away. And then morning snow on Tuesday, giving way to generally mostly cloudy skies throughout the rest of the day. There are your temperatures, warming trend heading into next weekend with a light wintry mix for next weekend.